There's that moment in a YouTuber's life, if you've been making videos for a while, that you make a video and you put all your essence into it. You give it all you've got. You tell people how things are on certain things, and then you look across at the screen and realise that you've been talking for about 30 minutes and not recorded a single second because the button didn't work. And that is like heartbreaking. So anyway, I'm going to go back through it again, what I was talking about. But I'm going to do it a lot quicker, and hopefully it won't annoy you guys. There's Zelda in the background. There's the, people got gaming in the background. It's hard to show on a 4K HDR TV because the brightness, that's on low brightness. If you put it on high brightness, you wouldn't even see me. It's so bright. Anyway, people did unboxings of the Switch. I didn't do an unboxing. People were moaning about doing unboxings, and then they did unboxings. Mine is up there. You know what a Switch box looks like. You know what the Switch looks like. If you're interested in it, you've seen all the unboxings. Anyway, so I got the Switch for £250. I got the Pro Controller for £48. I got the Charge Grip for £15. I got an extra set of Joy-Cons, which are the coloured ones, for £55. I got the Special Edition Zelda for £79. Right, that's that out of the way. I also got a carry case. This carry case here, with Link on it, says Zelda. Got the logo on the back. Really nice. Take it out with you. It's on your wrist. You look like a girl because you look like you're holding a handbag. It does look a bit dodgy. I don't know how you can get away with that. Like, pull it off. With men, you know what you're like. You got your missus with you and they hand you the handbag and you hold it and you're like this. Like it's not my handbag. You're not standing there like this. You're holding it manly, if there's a way of doing that. Anyway, this was £15 from Argos. When Argos said they were sending it, they said it weren't going to come till the 14th. So I was like, oh, okay, no worries, I'll wait. It's all right. Don't worry, don't cancel it, because I couldn't find it because it's sold out most places. Then it turned up on launch day, so it's a good case. Can't fault it. Comes with a cleaning cloth with a little Sheikah eye on it. Not that you'll see that. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Then we have this guidebook. Once you finish the game, get yourself a guidebook, or get a guidebook, then finish the game, and then go back to the guidebook. This will help you a lot in finding shrines. You don't have to go on Google and go, where is this shrine? You literally just flick to the page, find a shrine, and away you go. So that's good to have after you finish the game. Try not to use it too much while you're in the game because it'll kind of make it a bit too easy and spoil it for you. But yeah, afterwards, definitely get one of those. That was from the Book Depository, I think it was, and it was £13, which isn't too bad. There's a hardbook version and there's a leather-bound version, but that's like stupid money because all the scalpers bought it. Go on to games. 1-2 Switch. Paid £26 for that. It was £26. Some places it's 50. Do not pay 50. If you get it for 26, go for it. I think it's gone up now to about £34, but for 26, I was happy. Is it a great game? If you're with someone who really enjoys the game and you sort of bounce off each other because you're having fun, like me and Seth were playing the other weekend. Excuse me. When I played with Amanda, she wasn't that into it. She tested a couple of things like the HD Rumble and that. She wasn't very impressed with it. Seth loved it, and we had a good time. Do you want to go back to it again and again? Maybe not. But with party games, do you really want to do that? Unless it's got like a special mode. Like Wii Bowling had. You had the Wii Bowling and baseball. People went back to bowling for days and days and weeks and months and years. This doesn't really have a game that does anything. But if you want to show some, fun games, you're having a party and people are like, whack on the Nintendo Switch and we'll play 1-2 Switch. And you can have a laugh with people. If you're in an atmosphere, though, with loads of people, you're going to need it loud because obviously you need to hear it. One bad thing about this, which I've noticed, if you've got a surround sound system, like I've got, and you set surround sound on the Switch, when you play Quick Draw, which is ready, fire, it says ready, flashes fire on the screen, and doesn't say fire. So you have to turn surround sound off for the fire to work. That's what I've noticed anyway. Fire doesn't come through. Even though it picks up the surround sound system, everything's fine. It doesn't say it. Once you turn it back to stereo sound, it works. If I had to give it a score out of 10, probably a 6. Yeah, I'll say about 6. It's all right. It's a laugh for what it is. I can't see it having massive replayability. It's something to try. Then we've got Bomberman, Super Bomberman R. I think that stands for Bomberman Rangers. I'm not sure. It's all right. The single player is pants. The controls have lag, and that's the problem. Is when you play in a game normally, you move and you press the button. So you press and then it moves. press, and then it moves. On this, you press, then it moves, press, then it moves, and it's not good. Input lag, basically, and it's about a second out. It's horrible. Sometimes it's a bit quicker than that, but mostly it's online lag. So you're playing with people online and they quit out, the game cancels. You're playing with people online and you got the lag, you get yourself dicked. You just get ruined in a corner because it's really bad. And it's not the internet connection, it's loads of people. Look on Twitter, it's lag. And they know about it and they're going to fix it. But when they fix it is the, when. You don't know when they're going to fix it. It cost me £36. The online multiplayer is fantastic fun. It is really good fun. That's what you buy Bomberman for. You don't buy Bomberman for the story. You buy it to go online and throw bombs at each other and have a laugh. I would kind of wish, yeah, they had like the kangaroos and stuff like that I had in the other SNES ones. But yeah, it's just the standard Bomberman. I say you can't go wrong with Bomberman, but they did kind of mess this one up. So hopefully when it's patched, keep an eye on it, go to their Twitter. When they've patched it, check the forums, then go for it if you're after it. By then, it's probably going to cost you 20 quid. But yeah, at the moment, out of 10, probably another 6. Story mode, probably a 3, 4. It's not that fun, story mode. A bit boring, to be honest. Then I've got Shovel Knight Treasure Trove, which is Shovel Knight, which you've probably all played before, but with all the DLC included, plus Spectre of Torment. Spectre of Torment is fantastic. It's superb. It really plays well. The controls are nice and tight. The gameplay's great. The story's great. It's so much better than Shovel Knight, in my opinion. Shovel Knight was really good as well. Plague Knight's with it. Not such a fan of that. It's a bit boring. I haven't actually finished. Whereas Shovel Knight, I went in and carried on and did it in a couple of sittings. Took about 4.5 hours to finish. Spectre of Torment took me about 4 hours as well. But with that, I was just hammering it all the way through because it was so much fun. Really enjoyable. Some hard bits on it near the end, but it's still rewarding, very rewarding, and the boss fights are superb. And he's just a beast. I don't know, I don't know how they can top it because I think it's King Knight or something like. I don't know the names. King Knight is the next DLC, and that comes out with the pack. But that's £22 for that pack, and you get 4 DLCs. You get in average of 20 hours out of the whole game. If you go back and did it 100%, you might get longer, but if you go through and finish the story, I mean, I got most of the skulls in Spectre of Torment. And I think it's Spectre of Torment, I keep saying the name, is on Switch first. I think they got like a timed exclusive. It comes out on that before it goes on other things. Anyway, then we go on to Zelda. I went in with high hopes. That's not saying it's a bad review. I went in with high hopes and I got dicked. I literally go up to the enemy and I'm like, hey, how you doing? I'm in Zelda. And he just went whack and just kills me. And I'm like, what? Eat some food, come back, whack, kills me. You learn, then you start holding your shield up, getting whacked, then ducking and diving and, doing tricks. You're doing backflips and attacking. You have to learn how the enemies attack. If you go in thinking that's a kid's game and you're going to just fly through it in seconds, you will get dicked. Them enemies will mess you up. The bosses, the amount of times, I died 40 times on some bosses. This isn't a spoiler review, I'm not going to say anything. You go in and the bosses will mess you up. If you mistime a jump, one hit, don't matter if you've got 10 hearts, one hit, you're gone. And it happens again and again, and the bosses and enemies will knock weapons out your hands and knock shields out your hands. You've got to run and pick them up. Well, God, where are they gone? Mental. And it's a game where nobody can play it and have the same experience. Well, you can have the same experience twice, but it's very, you go in and you watch people live stream and you're like, I didn't even know you could do that. And you've been playing the game for 100 hours and you didn't even know that existed. And we all had different paths and we could all do our own thing. And people say it handholds. It doesn't handhold. At the beginning, it tells you how to do a couple of shrines. Then you're in the game and it's like, do what you want. It can give you quests. Obviously, it's got your quests, so it tells you this is the main quest story. But you can walk off. If you decide, well, the quests are over there, I'm going to go that way. You can go that way for 3 hours. You could lose yourself for 10 hours before you even come back to that place. You can just go for ages and you're like, oh, there's a rock. What's under the rock? It's a secret. What's in this wall? You blow stuff up. You find money. You find treasure. You find different weapons and abilities and outfits, and it just never ends. And it's fantastic. And when I was looking at me sort of ratings of Zeldas, I was, like Link to the Past is my top, and then probably Ocarina of Time. Even though Ocarina sometimes gets a bad rep from like the new gen fans, I still love it. The top one, and it's gone from not knowing where it is. It's gone straight to the top. It's my favourite Zelda game. It's also probably I don't know. When you say what's your favourite game, this is now my favourite game. At the moment, it's my favourite game of all time I've played. Fantastic. 10 out. I see why I got 10 out of 10. Now the bad points. The aiming on the controls, once you aim your bow, you then move the controller around and it moves it with it. Once you get used to that, at the beginning it's a bit of a learning curve. Once you get used to it, you turn it off and you just can't fight without it, so you need it. And the other thing is the FPS drop, which I mentioned on the demo event we went to. It does drop FPS. In certain places you go along, it'll drop from 30 down to 20. Not that it ruins the game, it'll do it there and for a couple of seconds or whatever, and then it'll go back to normal. It's not all the time, it's only in certain places. One place that was surrounded by fawns, the fawns sort of like had loads of grass growing in it, and it slowed it right down. But it was still enjoyable. I finished the story. I did the story normally. I went back again, did the secret ending, went back again, got all the hearts. I just keep going back again and again and again, and I've put loads of hours in it. And when people, it's only been out a little while, I no lifed it. Like, I got into it, and I was so like sunk into the world. And weren't eating, weren't drinking. I was just playing. I think one day I played for 15 hours straight. It was just, and I didn't realise. The next thing I'm like, my eyes are all crusty because I've been blinked. Just been sitting there, addicted to it. Fantastic game. If you haven't played it, get it. And the people that are moaning, oh, I don't like Zelda, and you've not played it, get the fuck out. If you have played it and you say, I've only played it for 4 hours, I found it boring. 4 hours is nothing. You've not even scratched the surface. There's so much in this game. Fantastic. And people say as well, nostalgia is why people like it. This is nothing like any of the other Zeldas. Maybe it's got like the same characters. It's got the characters that you know and love. But it's not the same. It's a completely different world. It's completely different. It's fantastic. It's another open world game like the original Zelda was. But it's fantastic. Superb. I just can't rate it enough. What else we got? I'll talk about the Switch. So, oh, here comes Harry. It's Harry's birthday today. Happy birthday, Harry. So, the Switch itself. Okay, right. Starts crying. Anyway, the Switch itself, solid machine. Built really well. It feels solid. Even the kickstand takes some effort to get out. It's all there. Everything I've had is perfect. One problem I had day one, the left Joy-Con syncing issue. Or you're playing 1-2 Switch with the missus, sneaky dice, you turn it over and you feel the rumble. Hers didn't rumble. And she's like, it's not doing anything. And I thought she was just doing it, like, just being funny. Turn them over, I felt it. There's no rumble. No rumble. Get closer, starts rumbling. So it was like a reception issue. So I was like, well, I don't know. So I did what people said. Dock it. Turn the Switch off fully. Turn it totally off. Take it out if you have to. Turn it off fully. Turn it back on. Perfect. Ever since then, perfect. No problems. Got my second set of Joy-Cons. Put them on straight away. Turned it off. Turned it on just to see if it updates or anything. Perfect. No problems. So there is people having problems out there. No problems apart from that. The build quality is superb. The screen is fantastic. I've seen people on Facebook saying, oh, the screen's so low quality. It's not. It's 720p, but it's fantastic. It's the best quality screen. I've had the OLED Vita, which blew me away at the time. I've had the I've had the Nvidia Shield Portable, and that screen is fantastic. I've got an OLED phone, and it's just fantastic. 720p, and it looks amazing. You can't go wrong with it. Trust me, the screen looks good. Sound is just loud enough. It's good for playing. Portable mode. It sounds loud enough. The missus says, "Can you turn it down?" I was at her mum's house. I had to turn it down a bit because it was that loud. The controls. Where are the controls? Yeah, seriously, where did I put them? That's a worry. Lost me Joy-Cons. Anyway, they're somewhere. I'll put them down somewhere. The Joy-Cons. Hang on over there. No, don't. What the hell? Oh, they're up there. Seth put them on the shelf. Right. So the Joy-Cons. Neon colour is fantastic. I've got the... I keep saying fantastic today. Sorry about that, but yeah, that's how I feel. The grey Joy-Cons are really nice. Really nice. The coloured ones, I saw them, and showing them on a camera is nothing. That looks like nothing. When you've got them in person, they're bright and vibrant, and they're really nice. The controls feel tight. I played Shovel Knight, and if you know, it's all about being accurate. I played it with the joystick, and it's fine. Controls are solid. Putting it in the dock like that, or the grip, whatever you want to call it, it's a perfect way to play it. Don't feel that you have to go out and buy the Pro Control. This is a viable option. This is really nice, but this works fine. The Pro Control, fantastic as well. Really good build quality. Nice little sneaky message under the right joystick saying hello to all game fans, which is quite cool. Nice little touch. Battery lasts absolutely ages. The only downside is that it hasn't got analog triggers. They're digital triggers. That's the only thing I'd change, but they work really well. These triggers do feel better than these ones on here, but these still work fine. I played Zelda with this. I played it in portable mode for ages. I played all the different games. They're both perfectly good. What else we got? I think that's it. I mean, the only downside as well is the memory. It's 32 gig. Can get taken up pretty quickly, but I've got 256 gig card. But it's still, you shouldn't feel like you have to buy it. But if you're going digital, you do need to buy it. And 256 still isn't going to go far when some of them games are 30 gig each. So I kind of feel like they should have chucked in 128, maybe a 256 for a bit more money. And you know, I've seen people doing teardowns that you can remove the chip from the board simple by just popping it off. So you know 6 to 12 months time, they're going to be like, the Switch with 128 gig memory. And I'm going to be like, brilliant. One more thing, one more problem before I go, is the saves. You got your Switch. The game doesn't save to the cartridge, which is annoying. It saves to the system. So, your system dies, you send it away, they send you a new one back. This is if it dies or there's a problem. You lose your save. So I've put all these 100 odd hours into Zelda. If my Switch dies now, fingers crossed it won't, I'll lose everything. And that's a ball ache. So what they need to do, the fix for that is cloud saves. Get the cloud saves, link to the account, put it on there. You're fine. If they're not putting them on the cartridge, put it on the cloud, and you're good to go. Battery lasts 3 hours. It's fine. I've got 3 hours out of it. Go home, dock it, carry on. It looks fantastic on the screen. Does look better than the Wii U version, the Switch version. Not just saying that. I've got both versions, so I'm not just going to say that for no reason. And I can't fault it any other ways. I've seen other people complaining about different things like scratching the screen when you put it in the dock. I can't, I've got at the moment, because I'm waiting for the screen protector and it's still not here. That's worried me. When you get that in your head, I've got anxiety. I worry about everything. So when people say it's going to scratch the screen, so I've got flipping like a freezer bag or something tucked in, so the plastic's on plastic, brand new freezer bag, so it's not rubbing on it. And I felt it, and there's nothing to scratch it, but I'm still, a bit anxious. So I've left it on there till I can get a protector, and then I can dock it as much as I want. So I'm worried about that. I guess if you're careful, I do put it in really gentle anyway. Don't just slam it in like that. I can see the worries. But yeah, there's all these different problems. And yet again, problems always get blown out of proportion. When the Xbox came out and it was chewing discs, it was making that weird noise. Remember that on day one, on the Xbox One? And people were like, oh, I don't want to buy it. They're all going to do that. And don't buy day one. Neither day one console was perfectly fine. PS4, they had problems with that. And then HDMI port problems. And I've got a day one PS4 still there. No problems. Wii U, which is there. Still going, day one, no problem. There was people who have problems with that as well. So there's always problems. Don't always believe in the hype. And I've seen people with the Dead Pixels. I think Monkey Spaz had it. Dead Pixels, they're known in technology. I've always known it since LCD screens have been around, PSP, all that lot. As long as you've got it, and there's Dead Pixels, it's not really classed as a fault. If you've got I think it's 5 or more or 6 or more, then it's classed as a fault and they'll replace it. But until then, it's kind of, you haven't really got a choice. But if you're not happy with it, take it back to the shop and get another one. I'm sure they'll give you another one in Argos or Amazon or wherever else. But that's it. I've rambled on for 18 minutes. I don't know if I've missed anything. I kind of feel like I have, because I did the video before and then it didn't film, and yeah. But yeah, you know what the Switch and that looks like. You've seen unboxings. So sorry I didn't do one. Just people moaned about doing unboxings, so I didn't do one. That's it. Right. That's it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. It wasn't too boring. If you liked it, leave a like. If you leave a comment, I'll always reply. See you guys later.